Hi guys, it's the Arty Gamer back again for another video in our channel. Of course, grab your teas, grab your coffees, and yes, maybe a little bit of food. And let's do this. Okay guys, now you know how this works. Let's take a sip of black coffee before we begin. Come on, join me. Yes, okay, going on my Crash Bandicoot coaster there. And yes, guys, if you're new here today and you're into gaming retrospectives, complete and box experiences, art and graphic design, and of course a whole load of nostalgia, then yes, you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yes, guys, if you are enjoying the artsy gamer mess and madness and want to get notified when the next video goes live, then of course just pop on your notification bell, held by Tails there. Anyway, in yesterday's video, we had a little deep dive back into this FIFA game here, FIFA 2004 and actually FIFA 2008 more so. But as I was flicking through this, doing my whole complete and boxed experience, I did notice that this had a very, very lovely advertisement slip given from EA Sports. So I thought, yes, actually, why not? Today, we are going to be taking a look at some old advertisement slips placed in these lovely boxes. Now, I often say to my viewers that to really create a fully complete and boxed experience, if a game did come with advertisement slips, then that is the full package. If you've got a game in your collection and you're quite aware there was some advertisements and they're not there, for me that doesn't really give you the full complete experience. So yeah, every time I'm looking for games, especially in CEX, I will do a little bit of research before I go and actually buy that game. Just a quick internet search just to reveal if these certain games had some advertisements slips. If they did, fantastic. I would then go and seek that further, maybe ask the cashier, sorry, couldn't get my words out then. If with the manual there were a few kind of like advertisement things in with that, and if there were, fantastic, I'll say yes, please pop that in. When I'm on Vinted as well, I will be having a bit of a flick through over on their pictures. I know Vinted is actually a great site where sellers will actually put like quite a few pictures of their games, because I think they are aware that's where kind of collectors go. And yeah, if I'm like, okay, that did come with an advertisement slip and it's not there, then I will happily just message the seller and say, yeah, have you kind of like hid some of this away, or do you still have the advertisement slip there? Because some people might think, it's not really worth it, they might just throw it away, or it might not look good for the camera, so they don't really include it in the pictures. And actually that has happened to me before. I saw this really awesome game. I can't even remember which one it was, actually. I may have been looking for a Ratchet, actually. And yeah, actually, they had posted the picture without the advertisement slip. And I was like, oh, okay, but have you got it? And they were like, actually, yeah, I actually do. So that was really insightful, I thought. So yeah, I didn't actually end up buying the game. I think I got a better deal. It might have even been Simpsons Hit and Run than I actually went for. But yeah, just communicate with some of these sellers. They are very willing to communicate, because at the end of the day they want to sell their products, don't they? So yeah, so leading up to that then, guys, sorry I'm waffling on, I think it is really good to get your advertisements because they are so amazingly beautiful, and I tell you what, sometimes even better than the actual gaming manual themselves. I really do believe that. So yeah, what I have done today is I've selected a few games where I think their advertisement slips have actually gone to town, and I was just gonna hold up and show a few of them to you today. So yeah, I'm not gonna go mad on the art and graphic design. I might have to dedicate maybe one single video to one advertisement slip there and really kind of, give it a whole artsy gamer fashion, because I tell you what, some of them are books.
Some of them are actually books, guys.
So yeah, I think a dedicated video is needed here. But I will just kind of hold up a few where I think, yeah, this is actually worth looking at, and then, yeah, maybe setting a dedicated video for that today. So, yeah, I have got a bit of a pile here. There are actually more in my collection that I think, actually, yeah, but I didn't want to make this video too long. So, yeah, here we go. Just
got a couple, well, I say a couple, maybe a few more than a couple.
And, yeah, we'll have a bit of a deep dive today. So, yeah, okay, let's just take another sip of coffee before I start stumbling on my words and just start waffling on. So come on, guys, join me. Okay, baby. Now, come on then. We'll go starting back with this one first, just to kind of set the scene from yesterday. So yeah, I did a bit of a retro football thing to celebrate actually Big A's birthday. He really wanted me to do a complete in box experience of a retro football game, and so I did. And you know what, Big A? Because it is your birthday, happy birthday, mate. I'm going to give you one of these pictures that I've drawn, signed by the Arts Game, and I'll give it to you next time I see you, man. Happy birthday. Really good friend of mine. All right, and I'll catch you soon, man. It was actually 08, not 4, but I wanted to bring this up because, yes, it does have a really lovely advertisement slip. They are located at the back, so when you are presenting your boxes, it will be the manual and then the advertisement slips, and hence why that might get a little bit missed in vintage pictures as well, because they will just be kind of posting on like that, and then not necessarily the slips either. So yeah, definitely worth asking if you're unsure. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so I tell you what, EA were absolutely smashing it with their advertisement slips. I tell you what, they really, really were. And like I said, better than the manuals themselves. Full colour, action-packed to really kind of, well, sell all their games to the gamers. They really, really were great at doing that. And again, I guess internet and all that vibe, again, wasn't really that massive back in the day. So realistically, the only way to really go to town with their advertisements was to put it in their boxes of games that they're already putting out, and then they're like, oh, okay, have you seen how many other games we've got? Have a look at this montage of pictures here, take a flick through this, and yeah, head down to your next game store and pick up my next release. So yeah, I do think that is really, really awesome how they've done that there. Now, instantly, just on the front here, you have just got iconic characters, haven't you, from all of their games that they've produced. They really, really have, you know, kind of got like Sims up there, the SSX Tricky series, which is really great. You know, you got all their racing games there. James Bond, absolutely. Yeah, of course, FIFA, massive at the time. Well, still is, actually. Oh gosh, you know, all the amazing games that EA have created or worked into collaboration with is just a big splash here on the page. And I think it really, really works well. Is that a bit of like Lord of the Rings there and stuff? So yeah, just hands down, I would say one of the best front covers for an advertisement slip to advertise games of that era. Yeah, so really cool. And like I said, this is actually a book, guys. So when you just start to open it, you are just greeted with just lovely screenshots of the front covers of the boxes, lovely box arts to just whet your appetite, and then yet full colour displays of little snippets of the games themselves, which I think is really, really great, just lovely. And I would happily just sit here and just take my time to flick through and just look at all the games that are readily available. Next time I go down to game, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I saw this in the advertisement slip, let's go and find that. And you know what, I would with my dad back in the day. I really, really would. I would love just kind of like sitting through these really lovely slips here. And especially when, you know, you may have got one of those manuals that was just a bit boring, a bit grey. Then actually, yeah, this actually took my eye a bit more. So yeah, but here we go. So like I said, say at the start there, The Sims. And we got a really cool screenshot there of a load of The Sims just dancing away in some sort of club. Amazing. Yes, I love that game. And in fact, that might have been one of the reasons why we did end up picking up Medal of Honor here. Again, I have got that in my collection. But my dad, everyone knows now, or OG subscribers at least, was very into realistic and realism games. Is that even how I would say that? But yeah, Splinter Cell, Medal of Honor, you know, COD, early CODs, you know, that kind of vibe of game. Of course, GTA as well. And probably I may have saw this and he may have saw this as I was flicking through, and it's like, oh, okay, Medal of Honor, yeah, that's really cool. And then, you know, then we would go off, and it's normally Tesco actually back in the day, and he would, you know, look for all these games, and I believe, yeah, this one was sitting at number 1 at the time, and yeah, I think he picked it up. So maybe if it wasn't exactly for this slip here or something along those lines, we may not even picked up Medal of Honor. And I tell you what beautiful memories I had with my dad playing that. So yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, 007 there, great classic box art as well. Wow. And again, just look at that there, James Bond just firing his gun over the table. Just absolute scenes, isn't it? So really great. I love that. And yes, I was right, Lord of the Rings. So again, just really cool, fantastic box arts just dotted around this advertisement slip to just whet the appetite of the gamer. Absolutely. Just really great. I love how they're all placed there. Fantastic. I mean, I may be a little bit text heavy. I don't think they really had to go too hard into the text. Maybe just a very brief thing like, you know, come and get this game now, or out now, or release date. They probably didn't even need to go too much with maybe what the game was about. I really don't think so. You know, you've already had a bit of a heavy read with the manual in the game you've got. So just plaster this with kind of like big icons and logos to just say like sale or now out, you know. I don't think it really needs to go too text heavy, but anyway, that's what we've got here. And then, oh yes, baby, whoo, yeah, wow, what a game. Yes, I've got that in my collection. And just what a shot here of just the lovely kind of like, is that the moon there as the person is just gliding on their surfboard. I was about to say surfboard.
Surfboard.
Snowboard. Down all the ramps there, getting all the tricks, getting all the points there. What a lovely screenshot there. How fantastic. Just wow. And then, yeah, there we go. Is that, wow, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Yes, there we go. Need for Speed Underground. I didn't want to just suddenly jump in there and give you the wrong name. Yeah, Need for Speed Underground. Again, another banger from EA at the time there. And just look at that. How fantastic. That car there. One at the top, and then a lovely screenshot from the game itself. Lovely bright colours. Just, yeah, I tell you what, very well put together. What an advertisement slip.
In fact, what an advertisement manual shall I call this?
Because, yeah, look at that. How brilliant. And again, lovely and pristine. You know, no tears, no rips. That's exactly what I want for for me to be a gaming collector. So, yeah, there we go. Well, that was in FIFA. I believe this advertisement slip was shown in other games that I've got here. Whether or not they kind of mixed up the advertisements, I'm not too sure. So I guess we'll find out when we get there. But yeah, there we go. So that was FIFA 2004. With this fantastic, yeah, EA slip there. So, and of course, just pop it on the back. There's your manual. And then there you go.
Just ignoring the fact that I have got a Platinum disc in this one.
So, yeah. Can't really offer you the full, complete experience of that one, though, unfortunately. But yeah, okay then. So, moving on. So, not only did games have kind of those big kind of advertisement books, sometimes they would just have some advertisement slips, just one slip of paper. So, I wanted to just provide you a variety here as well. So, we had Ratchet and Clank 3. I've recently just done a complete and boxed experience of this. So, yes, definitely check it out in my videos below. But again, this one had a really lovely slip here today, and I was so happy to have picked this one up. And of course, it is located behind the manual there. And then, yes, look at this. So quite often they would just be going to town with advertising just hardcore games, just standalone games on their slips. One slip or side, shall I say, dedicated to one game and the other slide dedicated to the other. No real too much going into a load of text at all. It is pretty much just a poster, and I quite like that as well. I am quite partial to pretty much just like a mini poster that you get from the studio advertising their next game. And I tell you what, here we go. Look at this Jack 3 here. Just amazing. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that Jack 3 coming soon. You know, we've already had 2 other amazing games of Jack. And I believe this actually just creates a real sense of, yeah, we are ready to take on the final journey, you know. Just look at them there. They are just looking into the distance. Apart from Daxter there, he's just kind of giving it a cheeky one, and he's giving it the cheeky one.
Giving it a cheeky one, and he's giving it the cheeky one.
But you want that, don't you? I would say, yeah, Jack's just looking in. He's been through so much, hasn't he, already? And he's just looking out onto the horizon. His next challenge and missions just wait ahead of them, doesn't he? He's calling the gamer, isn't he? He just really, really is. He's like, come on, I can't do this alone. I can't do this alone. Yes, I've got this
Idiot here.
So, you know, I can't do this alone, because it is quirky, it is funny, but it also does give that sense of, yeah, determination. He's ready. Yeah, I just love this. It really, really is great. I love the colours as well. Really beautifully used against that lovely yellow and orange of the Jack logo, isn't it? I think it just complements each other so, so well. And it does look like we're going to be kind of, yeah, just in kind of like deserts and sand and that kind of vibe. And I really, really like that. Yeah, just lovely. Really well put together. And again, no text really needs to be used here. You know instantly that's Jak and Daxter. And, you know, you've got that game there. You've just picked it up. So, oh, okay. Wow, we've got a Jack coming soon. And, you know, for me, I would just be kind of like actually just popping that to one side. I might even be putting it on the fridge at this stage to remind me that a Jack is coming out at some stage. So, yeah, really, really wonderful. I love that. And again, guys, gosh, if I just hold that up there, that might inspire somebody to maybe get cracking with an art piece as well. So if there is anything that stands out that might inspire you, then yes, I will just hold it up to the camera just a little bit longer there. And of course, guys, I would love to do a Jack piece as well. Guys, we're here for the long run. We've got loads and loads of time. People have been asking for like a Twisted Metal piece, which is awesome. David, one of my lovely fans, he maybe wants some sort of split fiction piece. I've got to get through with a Jack as well. So yeah, loads more giveaways to come for sure. But yeah, that's really cool. And then, just flipping it onto the back then. And yeah, we've got a Sly too. So yeah, this is really cool. I love how they have actually got the box art displayed there. That's quite nice. Maybe they could have done that maybe at the bottom there as well, just giving you an idea of what the box art looks like. So then as soon as you're in the game store, you know exactly what you're looking for. But they've done that well here with the Sly 2 box. Wow. Yeah, what a box art there. Got all the iconic characters ready to go, haven't you? I love the blue aesthetic of Sly. Really nice. It's, it's always in the night time, isn't it? It's always in the dark. A lovely big moon there to shine out all the other characters. Again, not too text heavy, which I think is best for an advertisement slip, isn't it? Just a little bit of information on all the cheeky characters that are involved here, and then yeah, you're good to go. And I would say, yeah, that is almost a little poster in itself. So really, really nice. I love how they've done that. And again, I will just hold that up to the camera just so you can have a little cheeky look at those lovely iconic characters there. Really cool. And again, guys, come on, I've just said it for Jack, but I would love to do maybe a Sly piece as well. Absolutely. So definitely more to come on the Artsy Gamer with our weekend Let's Draws and Let's Colours of, well, I was about to say of course and for sure, so yeah. All right then, okay, so we will, move on. Of course, that slip goes in the back. And then, straight on with the manual there. So yeah, that's really cool. I did want to show you that. That's pretty nice. Actually, just a quick one. Sorry, I'm backtracking now. If games actually didn't come with any kind of like standalone slip, what would quite often happen is they might actually put something on the back of their actual manuals, and that's seen quite a lot actually, especially in the PlayStation 2 era. So yeah, you might actually find some really cool, fun advertisements just on the back. I did actually show this on my Complete Unboxed of Ratchet, this really lovely headset that they were advertising for their online play, which I think is really funny. Yeah, really cool. And like I think I did mention, probably very uncomfortable. I hated those ones there when it was just the one ear. That would really like dig into the other side. It wasn't really that comfortable. I did have something very similar back in the day. PlayStation 3 though, not PlayStation 2. But yeah, that's kind of like what they were advertising, and I just love that. I love gaming advertisements, and I think it's just, yeah, really funny to show. But yeah, quite often they might actually put something on the back if they didn't quite have, I don't know, the money or the time to put a standalone slip in. So yeah, there we go. Okay then, so wow, oh wow, SSX3, baby. And of course it's EA, so they're gonna go to town with their manual, and I believe this one does have an advertisement slip here. Yes, again, behind the beautiful manual here, again, pristine, and we do have that advertisement slip. Now let's just see, this is just me being curious. We'll see if this actually advertises the same games. So I believe it might, yeah, because we did have that golf game there, didn't we? Yes, okay, I do believe it does, because yeah, it was The Sims and the 007, Lord of the Rings. Okay, cool. I might just show some other pictures then that we didn't go to town with. So yeah, here's a bit of a Lord of the Rings picture. If I just hold that up a bit closely there, he is getting fired down to the ground with that blade, isn't he? Oh my god. And again, apparently Lord of the Rings is a pretty good game. I have had some people to say, oh, actually, have you tried Lord of the Rings? You should pick it up on PlayStation 2. I've actually only ever watched the first Lord of the Rings, and I don't know my thoughts on it. Most people say, like, oh, I think you would love it. I think you would absolutely love Lord of the Rings. Like, how have you not watched it before? Knowing the kind of person you are. And I did sit through it, and I don't know. I don't know, guys. Is that bad? But yeah, there we go. We got a... He's just taken a good swing there, hasn't he? Wow. And that's kind of the kind of sports game that I thought my dad might be more interested in rather than the sports kind of football games. But yeah, there we go. He ended up picking a football one. I did say yesterday he didn't really spend too much time on it. But yeah, there we go. So that's interesting. They did seem to kind of like pump out the same advertisement slip in multiple games that they were releasing at the time. But yeah, there we go. And of course, popping that manual back in there nice and comfortably. And I have done a complete unboxing on this many videos ago now, so maybe I should redo that because it was older, and I was just very new to YouTube. I don't think I was even putting any edits into my video, so it would probably just me talking to the camera and probably spitting out over a load of words, even more so than I do now, so it's probably pretty bad. So maybe I should look to redo that. But, okay, guys, should we take a sip of coffee? Shall we take a sip of coffee? Come on. Let's go. Lovely. I know Jay enjoys his hot coffee with his Weetabix whilst he watches the Arts Gaming in the morning. Another fan of the channel here. So, yeah, okay, another one. Again, EA, absolutely bossing it. And I had to show you this one, guys, because, yeah, this is where they actually maybe started to modernise their logo a little bit. And they weren't kind of going so hardcore on the front of their advertisements, but again, they were still giving it some, though. They were still giving it some. Very thick manual here. Yeah, I'm calling it a manual, guys. I am calling it a manual. Because, like...
Damn!
You know? Damn! Look at this! Just wow. Yeah, we're gonna take a stop on some of this. Just, yeah, instant flick through though, you're getting my drift.
You getting my drift?
You're getting my vibe, aren't you? So yeah, had to show you this. I mean, Goblet of Fire, pretty poor game apparently, but I tell you what, they weren't disappointing with this slip that they put in there. Maybe it was because they knew this game was so bad and they were like, well, damn, this didn't sell very well, so let's get this bad boy in to really make sure the gamer knows that we're still about, and yeah, maybe play some of our better games. But here we go then. So just wow. I mean, this thing has like almost like a contents page, so damn it, you know, and I love this kind of like, yeah, sci-fi thing to really get you going there. But I mean, come on. I mean, Batman here. Damn it. Just look how awesome that is there. Batman just giving it large, isn't he? Taking out enemies left, right and centre. What an action shot. We've got Harry here. I think the opening scenes in the tents there, where all the Death Eaters are trying to attack, flames and fire, really, really awesome. The Sims there, look how big that screenshot is there. Are they putting out a fire? They're putting out a fire, for God's sake. How funny, but really, really lovely. I have quite a few fans of the channel that are really into Sims, so yeah, definitely some Sims stuff to come, absolutely. I did have a Sims game. Can't remember which one it was. I'll have to do a little bit of hunting, but I would like to pick up that, of course, and yeah, do a complete unbox for the channel. But yeah, just look at that. It's brilliant. Just really, really great stuff, isn't it? Back to some kind of like smaller stuff, but even so, you're just flicking through this and it's just game after game. EA were just pumping it out, weren't they? Yes! See, I really want Burnout. That was a great game. And just look at the lovely screenshots. They knew which ones to select carefully for this manual to be put together. They really, really did. 007 here. Is that some sort of jetpack he's got on? Damn it, you know? Just brilliant. They definitely captured every single bit of action in here, which I think is great, and that's what you want. And actually, they have kind of started to dull down the text a little bit, I have noticed. They have pretty much gone hardcore with the pictures and the box art, which is what you want. Like I said, you've already been flicking through a bit of that manual there, haven't you? The last thing you really want now is a text-heavy advertisement slip. But damn, you know, they've really, I would say, taken on feedback from the artsy gamer. And gone, actually, yeah, let's just pump this thing with pictures to just, yeah, make the eyes just go all over the place and go, wow, I want this one. Whoa, next time in game, I want that one. Wow, 007. So, yeah, really great. Of course, just moving on here and just, whoa. I mean, apparently The Godfather's meant to be pretty good. And just look at that car, damn. Is that a Ferrari there? Just jetting down the road. Police after it. Wow, you know there's going to be chaos. It's just run a red light, I assume. Just hands down top notch. Explosion after explosion after explosion. Just really, really great stuff here. And again, this, I would say, is a lovely piece if anyone wants to pause the camera there and just take it all in. And again, it might inspire your next art piece if you're looking to do maybe some sort of racing car art. So that's pretty cool there. Love that. Really, really nice. And again, just flicking through there. More cars, more sports now, which is great. Love that there. More football, which is great. Love that. Really, really nice. Yeah, I think that was the game I was on about yesterday. More kind of like American football kind of stuff. Yeah, really nice. Oh, really cool action shots though of the football players though. Really cool. Love that. Yeah, lovely. And again, really nice and big. That's what you want from an advertisement slip, isn't it? Just great. Yeah. Oh, I mean, come on. Damn it. I didn't know about this game. SSX on tour. Wow, look at that box art. Damn. Let me just hold that up to the camera there. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like FIFA Street. That's pretty cool. Didn't know that one existed, actually. So there we go. This advertisement slip is still advertising. What, like 20 years on, guys? How brilliant is that? Yeah, lovely. Cool bit of box art there. That's really nice. Yeah, lovely. And he's kind of, maybe they introduce kind of like skis now rather than just solely snowboards. That's pretty cool. Yeah, really lovely. And again, yeah, just coming to the end there. So, wow, oh wow. Can I just say, EA, yeah, this is a gaming guide. A gaming guide. All right, okay. Well done, EA. It's a shame I think they've kind of like taken the foot off the pedal a little bit with that kind of stuff. Because yeah, they were really going to town with that. What a shame. What a shame that we don't really get stuff like that these days. But yeah, there we go. Back in my Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Pristine copy, by the way. Yeah. And there we go. What have we got to get through now? I did want to stop on this one, actually, Metal Gear Solid, because this one does have some standalone slips, but not necessarily advertising their kind of games. They were advertising merchandise, which I thought was awesome. And again, yes, you know, if the game didn't actually have any specific advertisements that were advertising other game releases, what you would find, very similar to the stuff on the back of their manuals, yeah, you would get kind of like some really cool stuff that would be advertising merchandise from lots of their games and stuff. So yeah, look at this. That's really cool. I think I did show it to the channel when I did do my complete unboxed. But I really do love that there. It just kind of said, all right, look, you know, you enjoyed the game. Well, why don't you pick up some merch? You know, we've got this like jacket here. We've got some statues. We've got like a lanyard, a bag. Is that like an art book or something? Probably some sort of like art book there, which is just awesome. If I was like really into art when I was young, I mean, I was, but like, you know, had the ability to understand the beauty of art and looking through kind of like art books, and I would have so picked up that, absolutely. But you know, at a young age, you just want to draw, don't you? So yeah, but I just thought I would show you that there. That's always really cool, where games would just give you a chance to just kind of like sit back and look at some really cool merch that they were advertising of the time there, of their games. So yeah, some t-shirts, spot on, really great. So yeah, well done Konami for that. Yeah, really lovely. Oh, I need to put the slips back in though, guys. I need to put the slips back in. You know what I'm saying? You know, gaming collection and all that, guys. Gotta keep them safe. Yeah, here we go, final one. And Sega was also really good at actually putting a bit of an advertisement slip together as well. So yeah, here we go. Let's just, you know, artsy gamer pop. And these actually were kind of like fun little leaflets, actually. And again, I have briefly shown this to the channel before, but again, quite early on. So we've got some new subscribers now that may not have seen this or missed the video. And of course, I will just kind of like hold up some stuff to the camera that might inspire your next art piece as well. So yeah, look at this, you know, full color, guys. And it was kind of like a really long, yeah, I would say leaflet. We would call this a leaflet, wouldn't you? Of just, again, games that they were advertising from Sega. Yeah, Sega. Really great. And they would go into detail a bit about the game and some of the, yeah, stuff that you can do, mechanics, character models and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, again, I haven't really changed my opinion. Definitely save a lot of the text for later on. They could have had, yeah, again, big kind of signs, buy now, out soon, and really kind of like made these screenshots a lot bigger, very similar to that gaming guide that EA had to offer there. But nevertheless, you know, you have got a really nice piece, I'm not complaining. And all in colour, so yeah, just a very quick kind of look now. I think this monkey here will definitely inspire some artists, absolutely. So I will just show that there, that's pretty cool. And of course, advertising that Super Monkey Ball, which is really great. And again, those are the screenshots there of the game. Again, like I often like to say, just to whet the appetite of the gamer, which is really lovely. Yeah, Sonic Gems collection. Okay, that's pretty cool there. So yeah, really lovely screenshots there. Yeah, really nice. Again, nicely ordered, I would say. You know, not kind of like dotted around or anything. It's, I would say, yeah, nicely and neatly placed, which is great. Yeah, nice. Just look at this. Really lovely. And again, we will just flip this onto the back because, oh, you know, Sonic Riders. Damn.
Damn.
I got this on the Wii. Yeah, really lovely. But yeah, this is kind of what I want to show, actually. The lovely kind of like box arts of all the games that are advertised. And I think that's what they should have done more with this slip here. Maybe put these really, really big so you know exactly what game you want to pick up next. Don't get me wrong, I would love, you know, lots of screenshots of the game, but maybe next to the screenshots, put a lovely big picture of the game itself so you know exactly what you're after. So yeah, there we go. Oh, Sonic Heroes. I really want this one. Had great fun memories playing with that. Of course, I've got that one there. So yeah, other ones I'm not too sure what they were. So yeah, but again, great collections. Yeah, look, also available. So nice, really, really great. And again, that was a really nice kind of like, yeah, leaflet that Sega would produce. So really nice. And of course, that goes back there, and then the lovely manual. So yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh, well, I hope you enjoyed that video today. I certainly did. Maybe, yeah, I could pick out a few where I could really kind of do a fully dedicated video and kind of just stick with one manual and kind of look at the art and graphic design, because I would love to do that. But just as we briefly touched on it yesterday, as we were looking through the FIFA game for Big A's birthday, I just thought, yeah, now's the time to actually just show you a few advertisements that I've got here, because that's something we haven't really done on the channel yet. But yes, there we go. That is another fun video complete for today. I really hope you enjoyed that. And again, just a quick congratulations to all the winners that managed to bag some art over the weekend, either if it was me pulling it out the hat or people just donating their artwork. I've got like 3 big envelopes now ready to post, and I'll hopefully get that done today at some point. So yeah, those art pieces will be coming to you, and of course we'll notify you when our next giveaway goes live. Right then, guys, well, that is me for today. I hope you enjoyed it. The Artsy Gamer, over and out.